Hello, son. Uh, as you can see for this purchase stocks to buy or sell, which is where the program defaults to after you run the money, uh, generate, buy, and sell. You click that button there, and it automatically comes to this sheet right here. And this sheet has several changes from my original video, but you're a smart boy and you'll see what I've done here. I've added features that I think are helpful. I'm going to show you the power of this little sheet by the use of filters. So just to get started, we're going to make a very conservative portfolio. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the toggle on off auto filter button here. And I'm going to click on shares held. This is how I want to buy these stocks. So I'm going to just click the top 10. Then I'm going to click that little arrow button there again and go into the standard filter. Instead of 10, I'm going to buy 20 stocks. At least I want to view 20 stocks. I don't know if I want to buy them all or not. Hit the enter key and then click OK. And notice this lists the top 20 stocks by how many shares are owned by the mutual funds. Notice these are all the big boys. So you notice this little area here. This shows you all the stocks we have in our current worksheet. So the first thing we need to do is empty that worksheet out, because we're going to make a brand new portfolio. So the way you do that, I'm afraid the battery on my mouse is going dead, is click this red button, clear the worksheet. So now you notice we have nothing in the worksheet. So we're free to buy these stocks. And we're going to buy it by the way it's weighted here, by the number of shares owned by the mutual funds. So you just put your cursor on this row and click buy stock. Arrow down, buy stock, and just repeat that process. Arrow down, buy stock, and make sure you arrow down. See, we have Wells Fargo in there. And really, you should do more research in this, but quick and dirty way, just for a demonstration purpose. And now then, we've got all the stocks purchased in our worksheet that we want to purchase. So we go to the worksheet, and the first thing we do is enter in how much we want to invest. This value does not default. It just always stays the same as the previous spreadsheet. So if you want to purchase $10,000, you just leave it there. Otherwise, you're rich, you want to invest $20,000, type in 20,000, and it automatically takes care of things the best it can. And that's all I do on this worksheet, unless there's no prices here, no stock prices. If you don't have stock prices, you have to get that information from this button up here, get stock prices. And if you have stock prices on most and you don't have a stock price for just one, you can click on this cell right here and get stock price that way, just like that. So that simply explained, we go straight to create purchase sheet, and I click yes, because I want to make a new purchase sheet. Now usually the first thing I do is select all these cells over here and copy them and come over here and paste only the text, or the number, that is, number. And the reason I do that is I look over here and I see Google costs $1,130 a share, and I don't want to eat up my whole portfolio. So what I'm going to do is I just want one share of Google. And notice when I take all those shares of Google out, the $20,000 I want to invest has become only $8,000 to invest. And you also notice that the amount we had to invest is the ratio of this is greater than 2. So that means when I click this recalculate shares to buy button, we're still going to have 2 shares of Google. So now then, we just come over here and click one share of Google again. Google's a pain in the ass. And click this button again. And notice these values are pretty daggone reasonable. Just as they are. But we're still about $1,000 short of what we could be. So we can re-weight these by, I always start at the low end here. We'll buy more CVS, or whatever that was, and more of this, and more of this, and more of this. And wow, we're only $400 away from our target, which is probably close enough. So you can just resort the sheet by descending value here, that button, and your portfolio has been completed. And here's the weight of what percent of Microsoft you have, what percent of all these stocks you have, all in this column. And notice they're pretty reasonable, very close to the weights we have, with the exception of Google, from our original guess. And that's all there is to that. So now let's go back here, and I'm going to give a demonstration of how to buy, be risque. Let's buy stocks based on average change. So we'll come over here, and we're going to sort that by descending. And notice, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And these values are really pretty low. So let's just change our filter totally. So let's get out. Well, the way we do that is double click this button twice. And then we resort this. There we go. And we have our original spreadsheet. So now what we want to do is toggle this back on. And we're going to sort this by descending change the stocks. And we're going to do this very risky, just for demonstration purposes. We're going to buy the top 20 stocks of just by like a day trader. So we click it on this because we want our weight to be average percent change of stocks. So you click on that, and it tells me that my worksheet has information in it. So let's clear the worksheet and come back over here and buy stock, arrow down, and just like the last one, till we get our list of stocks we want to buy. Okay, we go to our worksheet. I just made a serious mistake, and I'll show you why. We don't have prices for any of these. Notice that? So that's the reason we have this button right here. Get stock prices. And so now then, this thing's going to go through and struggle to get stock prices for all these stocks. I guess I did make a mistake. Now you know why that button's there. And the reason this is so slow, it has to go out to Google Finance, download the source code, and I extract all these values from the source code. And that source code, some of the lines are more than 4,000 characters wide, so even with a Pentium or a Pentium, an i7 processor, this does take a little bit of time. And it's done. So we go create purchase sheet. And our $151 over budget. So we click this button. And notice that's pretty close. And like the last time, I usually start down here at the bottom. And we make that 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Just increasing by 1. And we still got some more, so we can come up here and make that 8. 8. 8. 8. And boy, that looks pretty daggone close to our $10,000 budget. So, where we sort the sheet, and that portfolio is built. Now, this is the method I used on my risque thing to buy cars. And since the stock market soared, we made out like bandits. In fact, our financial advisors wondered how in the world I did that, and I had a spreadsheet that I made these weighted values to buy these stocks by weighted value, and it's still clunky. I tried to improve it, but it's still clunky. So now then, we're going to do one of my favorites. This is the old person's. I clicked it too many times. And what I want is to create a new filter. Get my arrows up here. And I want to search through the top 150 companies. So I come over here and I say top 10. Go to the standard filter, and I'm going to type in 150 instead of 10. Hit enter. And sometimes this works right and sometimes it doesn't. Now I want to come through here and make sure we have stock price information for everything here. And we don't, because I am looking for dividends. So the way you do that is click this stock information button. And that will get information for all the cells here that we've selected. And again, it's going through that code, source code that goes out to Google Finance, downloads the source code, and extracts the information out. So this is a painful process, but it's a nice one, because now the default program goes through 100. It'll put the stock information for the top 100 shares. But I didn't want it eating up all the time to process, because you may not want anything but the top 100 shares. So this thing grinds through until you get a pop-up box here that says it's all completed. And this is going to make the video longer and video quality poorer. There's completed. And now then, I only want stocks. I want to sort by descending dividends. And you notice I'm looking through the market here. I don't want any foreign crap, because I'm an old man and I don't want mom and us to lose our asses. So I'm going to come in here to market. Now I'm only choosing NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange to view. So now then, we'll resort this to make sure we got everything. And we do. And look at these good companies are paying all these good dividends. So let's clear the worksheet. And now then, I'm going to buy stocks about the dividends are paying, dividend yields. So you put your cursor over the dividend yields, buy stock. Arrow down, and then the same old procedure here. That's enough for demonstration. Go to the worksheet. And notice how it's weighted by dividend, the percent of dividends they pay. And I'm going to leave that at 10,000. And I'm going to go to the purchase sheet. Yep, overwrite it. And look at that, we came within $5. Don't even have to touch this one. And this tells us the number of shares, each share is weighted by the dividends they're paying. And that's how you build portfolios like that. Now you can mix and match all kinds of investment strategies. I'm just going to demonstrate 3 to keep this video under an hour. Now once you're finished, and this is one of the most important things, this is so important, is you got to get these filters off. Double click it twice. 1, 2. And then sort by descending shares and make sure everything, you're all golden. So the next time you import your data, you won't have any rows hidden when it pops up to this view. And thus the reason I have this button. If it comes up and you got hidden rows, you keep finagling around till you get this spreadsheet so it doesn't have a filter on it, and you click this button and it'll rebuild it without going through the process of grabbing all the mutual fund information from the internet, because you've already done that. And if you have any questions, just send me an email or stop by. Be glad to demonstrate some of these strategies.